Yes.
Which never used to happen in the, yeah, I think, yeah.
Okay. I
So Vice Chancellor Pednekar sir, good morning, Mohan Rao bol raha hu.
I think he must have kept on
Achha,
mute.
okay, okay,
He will
okay,
join us at 10:30.
okay, okay. Right.
उमेश जी, अजीत सिंह जी ज्वाइन हो रहे हैं ना जल्दी?
हाँ, उनको कॉल कर रहा हूँ. I don't know.
And Dr.
But he will.
Harshikar also I'm not seeing yet.
Ajit Singh ji will join us soon because in the morning I had to talk with him, and he said he'll be there by 10:20.
Okay.
So possibly he's joining.
Then Dr. Harsulekar, Dr. Rao, if you could see if you can join us.
आम्ही दोघेच आहेत आम्ही मागवला असतं काय
जेवणाची भाजी
I think we will start on time and just see, Mr. Chaube, that you, as the moment these two people join, that you make them co-hosts.
Harsulekar.
Yeah, good morning, Professor Vibha. I have already joined.
Yes, sir. I saw that. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
This
So
is Rajnish and Rajul ji is also there with us.
Yes. Yes. Yes, and I think only speaker who's missing now is Dr. Ajit Singh ji. Otherwise, we have all the speakers as co-hosts. So, Mr. Chaube, if you can just be a little, I think you can start admitting now.
Ajit Singh ji has joined with us.
So if we can make Ajit Singh ji co-host, yes, I think he's already. So fantastic. So now, Mr. Chaube, everybody should be able to join in without you having to admit them. Please open it so that they can join directly.
It is done, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chaubey.
Good morning, Harsulekar sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Very good morning.
Vibhaji, can we start?
Yeah, we'll start.
Yes, please
Namaste.
start.
Yeah. Namaste, Suprabhat, good morning. I am Dr. Mohan B. Rao from IES Management College Research Center, Mumbai.
Good morning, Namaskar. This is Meher Booth from the University of Mumbai. I joined Dr. Mohan B. Rao in comparing the seminar today. May we commence the program today, this session, with the welcome address by Professor Vibha Surana, Coordinator, Universal Human Values Cell at the University of Mumbai. Professor Surana, we request you to deliver the introductory remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Booth, and namaskar. Good morning, distinguished speakers and dear colleagues. A very warm welcome to this seminar on institutionalizing value education at the University of Mumbai as per the new education policy. We have a distinguished panel today, starting with Professor Suhas Pednekar, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Mumbai. He has been the driving force behind this initiative of value education at the University of Mumbai. We also have Professor Ravindra Kulkarni, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor of the University of Mumbai. We have stalwarts of value education from AICTE, their National Coordination Committee for Induction Programs. We have the chairperson, Dr. Rajneesh Arora. Hearty welcome to you, sir. We have the Western Regional Officer, Dr. Ajit Singh. We have NCCIP member, Shri Rajul Asthana ji. We have the AICTE head, Shri Umesh Jadhav ji. We also have among us the director of IES Management College and Research Center, Dr. Dinesh Harsulekar. The UHV, the Universal Human Rights, Universal Human Values cell at the University of Mumbai is organizing this seminar in collaboration with the Internal Quality Assurance cell of the University of Mumbai. So we also have the director IQAC, Professor Smita Shukla, with us. And we all would agree that values play an important role in our lives. They are in fact fundamental to our very existence. Values shape our perception, our attitudes, our behavior, our character, our decisions. In fact, values shape our lives and destinies. And latest research shows that we humans are not only social animals, but also moral beings. And that there is a deep connect between human values and ecosystems. And new research in social sciences, cognitive and neurosciences show that given the right values, human beings will not be led by the aggressive Darwinist survival of the fittest mindset, but be altruistic, collaborative, and go for peaceful coexistence. And this technological advancement, the exponential growth in technology has led to a certain disconnect. In fact, we are talking of a post-human worldview where human beings are no more central for the development. So to counter these dangers to society, I think it is very pertinent that we include value education in a big way in higher education, because as educators, we are not only there to produce good students, but also to produce good human beings who are empathetic, who are compassionate, who believe and who follow and who apply the principles of social justice, equality, liberty, fraternity, who respect diversity, who are emotionally intelligent and socially responsible. So to promote these with the help of value education, with the help of holistic and multidisciplinary education, we are coming up with this seminar today, where we will not only deliberate on the on the why and the what of human values and the how of human values, but the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Mumbai shall also be inaugurating the Universal Human Values Cell at the University of Mumbai. Along with that, we would be having the launching of the new course that the IES Management College and Research Center has recently introduced. It is a 3-credit core course as a part of the PGDM program. And IES MCRC is an affiliated college of the University of Mumbai. A little bit about the UHV cell. Core team of dedicated and committed college and department faculty at the University of Mumbai have done some groundwork, and we have come up with some aims and objectives of the UHV cell, which include the promotion and strengthening of value education at the University of Mumbai for the AICTE institutions as well as for the non-AICTE institutions. It will also promote curricular innovation and interventions for value education, develop infrastructure, and also empower faculty by facilitating faculty development programs in the field of value education. So very, very warm welcome and thank you all, particularly thanking Umesh Jadavji, who has been strong support, and without him, we would not have been meeting today for this seminar in this format and with this bandwidth. Thank you very much and a very warm welcome.
Thank you, Professor Surana, for those enlightening words on values and the imperative to promote value education at higher education. May we now request Professor Ravindra Kulkarni, the Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Mumbai, to commence with his inaugural address. Kindly unmute yourself and start your video, sir.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Meher. Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
you may commence.
Good morning to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Suhas Pednikar, other dignitaries, Dr. Mohan Rao, Dr. Rajnish Arora, Rajivji Asthana, Dr. Ajit Singh, Dr. Umesh Jadhav, and the Professor Vibha Surana, coordinator of this program, and Professor Smita Shukla, Director IQAC, and all the distinguished members and delegates for this online seminar on institutionalizing value education at University of Mumbai as per new education policy. Friends, as we are well aware that human beings are endowed with spiritual capacities, and understanding of these positive values and virtues gives individuals and societies the moral accountability, which is the basis of human integrity. Education thus should become a medium through which one should explore and polish the values hidden within us. Just like any diamond is hidden inside the earth, every scripture is hidden, every value is hidden within us. Only value-based education is probably a right source for revealing, bringing out these values hidden within the human beings, as quoted by Swami Vivekananda, as education is the manifestation of the perfection already in the man. The fundamental principles of the new education policy with which we are inculcating the value education through UHV cell at University of Mumbai. If you look at those fundamental principles, it says that it's primarily concerned with recognition, identification, and fostering the unique capabilities of each student by sensitizing teachers as well as parents to promote each student's holistic development in both academic and non-academic domain. It must facilitate any education, any system to provide a right medium of education must facilitate creativity and critical thinking to encourage logical decision making and innovation, as well as ethics and human and constitutional values like respect for others, cleanliness, courtesy, democratic spirit, spirit of service, respect for public property, scientific temper, liberty, responsibility, pluralism, equality, and justice, and so on. Universal human value education is primarily associated with these different pedagogies, methods, or programs that teachers or educators use in order to create learning experiences for students when it comes to imparting value education to the students itself. So with this particular program, we expect the principals, the delegates, the teachers of different colleges to get a definite idea connected with the universal value education as is being promoted and facilitated by AICTE in tune with new education policy. So it is expected that every educational institution should prepare universal human value faculty in the ratio of 1:20. So that's how probably every universal human value education in every institution connected or affiliated to University of Mumbai should facilitate. I will end up my just inaugural speech with the quote presented in the Upanishada, Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityo ma mrutagamaya. So that is how lead us from ignorance to truth, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to deathlessness. That is what probably the right point being presented in the Upanishad, which probably is the basis for this universal human value education. So thanks to the organizers for being part of this inaugural program for UHV. I thank to the delegates for being with us and taking up these ethos and ethics connected with the universal human value education and being the facilitator of UHV in their institutions and colleges. Thank you and good day to all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor R.D. Kulkarni, sir, for setting the tone. And we particularly like your comment on the polish the values hidden within us. I think that is the core of universal human values. Thank you so much, sir. We would like to acknowledge and welcome the participants on YouTube. As of a minute back, I was informed it is at 253 on YouTube, and it is growing at a very exponential rate. On Zoom, we are at 236. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy the sessions today. AICTE organizes 5-day online faculty development programs on universal human values, and to date has completed 30 such 5-day programs. Faculty have to internalize the human values, which enables them to teach students later. Today, we have Dr. Meenu Mehta, Head Academics at the IES Management College and Research Center with us. We request Dr. Meenu Mehta, who has completed the UHV course, to share her experiences and self-reflections. May I request Madam Meenu Madam to please unmute herself and enable the video. Over to you, ma'am.
Namaste sabhi ko. Thank you, Mohan Bhaiya. I am Meenu Mehta, Professor and Head Academics at IES Management College and Research Center, Mumbai. Actually, it is very difficult to sum up my UHV experience in a few minutes, लेकिन मैं फिर भी कोशिश करती हूँ. When I look back, I realize 13th May 2020 को एक किस्म से मेरा पुनर्जन्म ही हुआ, जैसे जब मैंने AICTE का 5 days का ऑनलाइन FTP ज्वाइन किया. वो 5 दिनों में एक किस्म से मेस्मराइज होकर उमेश सर के सेशंस को सुना, इतने सारे दीदी और भैया के साथ मिली और पता ही नहीं चला कि कब मैं खुद एक विशाल UHV परिवार में सम्मिलित हो गई. And from here started my personal journey of self-exploration. जैसे जैसे मेरा सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन बढ़ता गया, मैंने रियलाइज किया कि मेरे समझ और विचार दोनों बदलने शुरू हो गए. My biggest gain was when I realized that the best process of education actually empowers the students to explore for themselves and to discover the truth on their own. Now, this is a very empowering pedagogy, and as I started implementing it in my classes, I realized and I witnessed that there was a big change in my class. जैसे जैसे मैं खुद क्लास में सहज होने लगी, मेरा ध्यान गया कि मेरे स्टूडेंट्स भी तो मेरे ही जैसे हैं. इससे जो मेरी एक प्री कंडीशनिंग थी टीचर्स और स्टूडेंट्स के फर्क को लेकर, मैं उसको इवैल्यूएट कर पाई और अब मैं संबंध के भाव के साथ विश्वास और स्नेह को ध्यान में रखते हुए स्टूडेंट्स को गाइड करने की जिम्मेदारी निभाने की कोशिश में लगी हुई हूँ. I have realized that actually in a class there need not be any hierarchy between students and teachers. Thanks to UHV, now like my students, I am a co-explorer, and this has made my classes so alive and so interactive. Along the way, I also realized that self-development is a continuous process. With this in mind, I started working as a volunteer for the UHV workshops. And this gave me multiple opportunities to test and develop my own right understanding. Thanks to UHV, I have now learned to distinguish between body and self, intention and competence. Each time I am about to go back to my old patterns of irritation and impatience, something holds me back. And what is that? उमेश सर के वो शब्द, जो ज्यादा समझदार है वो ज्यादा जिम्मेदार है. अब जैसे जैसे यूएचवी में आने की वजह से समझ बढ़ रही है, मैं ज्यादा जिम्मेदारियों का वहन करने की क्षमता पा रही हूँ, ऐसा मुझे एहसास हो रहा है. As more and more colleagues at IES Management College and Research Center are completing their UHV training, there is a common realization that we all are same and that harmony is a decision that all of us are empowered to take. It is actually a very long path, but IES Management College and Research Center has started the journey. I find myself happily committed to continuously focus on my self-development and to participate in the development of my college and the larger society. That's all from my side. Namaste Sadiko. Thank you, Mohan sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Minu Didi, for sharing your experiences and self-reflection. May I now request Kavita M. Pandey, Placement Officer and Faculty of Management at the Alkesh Modi Institute of Financial and Management Studies, University of Mumbai, who has also completed a UHV course, to share her experiences and self-reflections. Madam, please, I can see you now. Over to you, ma'am. Yeah.
Namaste everyone. I express my sincere gratitude to the respected authorities of University of Mumbai, All India Council for Technical Education, faculty, colleagues of universities and colleges, and dear students. There is a very famous peace mantra in Sanskrit which has a similar message of universal human value cause. I recite it as Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukh Bhag Bhaved. It means, may all sentient being be at peace, may all be free from illness, may all see what is auspicious, may no one suffer. Here, I would like to share my personal experience that how UHV has impacted me as a person. The complete lockdown phase at initial months was very challenging for many working mothers. I was also not an exception for it. It was a phase when, at one hand, I had to manage my family, my children, who are 5 years and 2 years old, and simultaneously, I also had to manage my management students' placement related issues, because that was the time when we used to send our students for summer placements in various organizations. Both the responsibilities I found very challenging and depressing, as it was all of sudden, so coping with such challenges seemed to be an impossible task. Though I was doing the work, there was no happiness and excitement towards work. I felt anxiety, sadness, fear of failure, and losing my own competence. Then, in the month of July 2020, I got an opportunity to attend 5 days UHV online induction program organized by AICT. There were many points discussed, but the thought which I got connected most was self awareness and self evaluation. During the programs, while doing my reflection on self awareness, I got the understanding that if I want my students, my children, and people who are associated with me to be happy, it is extremely crucial for me to first understand my own desire, thoughts, and expectations from myself. After that, I have set my priorities, created a timetable to balance my work life, and started looking for positive energy through my surroundings. The learning of UHV course has helped me to cope up with my own anxiety, depression, and developed a right understanding in me for dealing with any adverse situations. I agree that nothing happens overnight, but gradually I have started healing myself internally, and it has given me positive results in my work and my personal life. I think that I have become a more calm person, and my focus towards my work has become more constructive and student centric. As we all are aware, that campus placement is a major challenge for many technical institutions, and corporate keeps on understanding and addressing the concern towards industry academia gap. Ethics, value, and integrity have become a strong parameter while selecting a young force in corporate. In my brief interaction with many seasoned HR professionals across the world, it is unanimously stated that today the objective of an organization is not only to hire a talented employee, but an ethical, sensitive, and concerned employee who can contribute to create a right value for an organization in the nation. I am confident that UHV course has all the important teachings which will help today's youth for their holistic development. मीनू दीदी की तरह मेरा भी ऐसा मानना है कि यूएचवी कोर्स ना केवल हार्मनी ऑफ द सेल्फ विद बॉडी, हार्मनी इन द फैमिली, सोसाइटी और नेशन की बात करता है, बल्कि ये उन सभी के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है जो इस समाज में एक हैप्पीनेस, प्रॉस्पेरिटी और सक्सेस लाइफ जीना चाहते हैं. I once again thank you for providing me an opportunity to keep my reflection before the concerned gathering. Over to you, Mohan Rao sir.
Thank you, Kavita Didi, for wonderfully sharing your experiences and self-reflections. As we are talking now, we have 246 on YouTube and 263 on Zoom. Thank you all for connecting. Ladies and gentlemen, we are really honored to have amongst us Dr. Rajneesh Arora, the chairman of the NCCIP of AICTE. Sir, we request you to share your thoughts on the role of UHV in the holistic and multidisciplinary education. At the end of your talk, sir, participants may ask you questions. Request all participants to write the questions in the chat or raise their hands. Depending on availability of time, we will pick up the question from the chat box. Sir, I can see you. So over to you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Mohanrajji. Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor Pednekar we have Pro Vice Chancellor Kulkarni ji, and different faculty members from different institutions, and students who are connected at Zoom as well as YouTube today. I'm really happy that today we are starting Universal Human Values Cell at University of Mumbai. I remember that day when Professor Pednekar himself participated in that 5 days webinar by AICTE, and he shared his feedback also on that day. Today I have been given this responsibility to share with you the role of universal human values in holistic and multidisciplinary education, which is the purpose of our national education policy, which has been announced this year by Ministry of Education. When we just see the first page and first line of this national education policy, the education is fundamental for achieving three things: full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and promoting national development. So these are the aspirations which have been articulated in national education policy. And at various places, when we see further pages, the lines we see value-based education or not has become a moot question now. It's a must part for education. Now the question is how to ensure value-based education. Value-based education will include the development of humanistic, ethical, constitutional, and universal human values. So we can find all these sentences at various pages there. So we have to understand, what does it mean, full human potential? That means at the individual level, every human being, at the level of human consciousness, they must have a feeling of continuous happiness and prosperity in their life. It's not sometime happy, sometime unhappy, sometime prosperous, sometime not feeling prosperous. There must be continuity in that life. Then only we can say that there is all-round development of a human being. There is a full human potential is being harnessed. And at the level of human society, when we say equitable and just society, so there must be right understanding and right feeling in every individual in the society. There must be prosperity in every family of the society. Overall, there must be a feeling of fearlessness or trust in society, and there must be coexistence in nature and existence. That means no depletion of resources, no pollution, the nature friendly and people friendly environment. When we have, then only we can say there is equitable and just society. And at the level of national development, harmony within the nation, resolving all kinds of disputes within the nation, and being complementary to other nations in the world. So these aspirations are actually basic human aspirations, and national education policy articulates these basic human aspirations. The expectation from education, expectation from academicians, that we have to prepare the next generation competent to fulfill these aspirations. Now, how to go about it? We all know that on the basis of the education itself, the next generation, they develop a human world vision within themselves. And then on the basis of that world vision, they have values in their life, that what is valuable for me, what is not valuable for me, that are my values. And because of the values and the individuals, that creates the human culture at the society level. And then according to the vision and values, we decide to have skills for living with that human conduct. So our conduct is based on our skills, and skills we acquire on the basis of our vision and values. So this whole aspect of all the three things, vision, values, and skills, that creates the full human potential. And people with such competence, they can contribute to the human society, human culture, and human civilization. And equitable and just society, from village, starting from your neighborhood, village, block, city, district, state, national, and international level. And when we say national development, that means harmony within and harmony, complementarity with other nations. So this is the link of vision and values. This is the crucial missing link currently in our education system. We are emphasizing more on skills, but we are unable to have that kind of skills which are responsible for creating equitable and just society. That's why, because of that missing link, we are unable to provide right kind of skills also. And that's why we are unable to have full human potential, equitable and just society, and national development. So this is to be changed as per expectations of national education policy. When we see that what are the popular worldviews currently in our educational institutions or in our society, the one is, which is very popular, that survival of the fittest. Struggle for survival is must. Therefore, competition, domination on others, exploitation, these kind of words are very popular among students. Or the next thing that we see, money is everything. I can buy happiness with that. I can buy anything with money. So there is obsession for profit, and this obsession goes profit by all means, profit by any means. So that kind of obsession is reflecting in today's life. And then there is I am okay, other is hell. Do good to others. That kind of preacher values. I have to future view, समाज सुधारक की तरह से कि मैं तो बहुत बढ़िया हूँ, दूसरे को सुधारना है. Then there is life is for enjoyment, obsession for sensual pleasure, indulgence, etc. And then there are pessimistic kind of views also. No one is perfect. कुछ भी ठीक नहीं है, और करने के लिए अपने को पॉजिटिव होना होगा. कुछ है कि neither I am okay nor society is okay. So there is a hopelessness kind of thing. So people go for drug addiction and other things. So these are the things which we are seeing in today's worldview. But when we see on the other side, so we propose a worldview in our universal human values education that actually nature is a harmony. There is a system in nature. 99.999% of nature is already in harmony. You see, whether it is matter, whether it's the plant kingdom or animal kingdom, they have their own naturally definite conduct in them. As a human being, I am an indivisible part of nature, and I am just 0.0001% of this nature. I am important in the sense that I have a definite purpose, definite role to play for continuity of harmony that is already there in the nature in existence. Therefore, I have to understand harmony and live in harmony. So this whole course has been designed with this background and this crucial link of developing a humane world vision. It is being filled up with these three efforts. One is the knowledge of universal human values. This is a time-tested education at national level. We have already tested in last 15 years in various educational institutions, where we talk about 4 guidelines, that these values must be universal. They are not just applicable to our Maharashtra society or Punjabi society or Indian values or Asia. These are applicable in all parts of the world. Asia, Australia, America, Africa, Europe, everywhere. These are basic human values and they are rational in nature. We can understand it. We can teach it to the next generation. And these are verifiable in our life, that if we have our conduct as per these values, we feel happiness within ourselves and they lead to harmony at all levels. As it was mentioned by Kavita ji and Meenu ji, that harmony within self, harmony with family, harmony in society, harmony in nature. So with these 4 guidelines, and then having case studies, interaction with the students, having case studies of human thought and human culture. And third is, on the basis of those values, if we go for our skill education, then we are able to find the nature friendly and people friendly skills in our education, and such people are competent to contribute to human society, human culture, and human civilization. Those aspirations of national education policy, that is an equitable and just society and national development. So the holistic education can be the education on values plus skills and plus case studies of human culture. And these 3 targets are achieved when we have case studies or example of from Indian knowledge system. system. As Kavitaji mentioned about Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, the knowledge system which has been tested through practice, verified and improved in last thousands of years, and it is based on well-being of all. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. It again, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. Then it is rational in nature. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. Truth is one. Reality is one. The expressions can be different in different contexts, in different times, in different situations.
We can express the same truth different ways.
And that excellence is same in everyone. Potentially, everybody is divine. So what we have to do is, we have to be complementary to others. Wherever that kind of excellence is required, that is to be spread. And that's why the target is Krinvanto Vishwamaryam, that we have to start our journey from self-development and from family to the city, to nation, and to the world family. So that is the deep understanding of human being, as well as underlying harmony in nature and the entire existence. So universal human values can help us to understand the core and essence of our own Indian knowledge system. So these are the issues. The only thing is that we must have that caution also, because our students are exposed to mixture of various cultures when they come for higher education in our colleges and universities. They see urban and city culture, Western culture, traditional rural Indian culture. They come from different backgrounds. They are exposed to liberal culture, Bollywood culture, and so many others. Today, the problem is that one culture tends to compare with the other cultures and be opposed to them. When they see difference, they feel that there are opposition to each other. But because of these basic assumptions, their thoughts are different. Even though there are commonalities at the core, the conflict is at the level of expression and details only. So when they are exposed to universal human values, then they can appreciate the different approaches and achievements. To whatever extent a culture has realized truth, love, and compassion at the core, because these are the basic universal values of truth, love, and compassion. Be complementary, help to fill up the gaps rather than compare, criticize, or reject. Wherever they find a gap as compared to those universal human values, then they feel the responsibility to fill up that gap. As Kavita ji mentioned, जो ज़्यादा समझदार होता है वो ज़्यादा जिम्मेदार होता है. When I know that what is right, and when I feel gap somewhere, I don't reject it, I don't criticize it, I just take responsibility to fill up that gap. So therefore, it is essential to have a clear understanding of the essence of human thought, human culture, which is based on truth, love, and compassion. This is the foundation of our own Indian knowledge system also. So that essence must be clear to our teachers and our students. So this is the direction of this whole course of universal human values. Role of universal human values in holistic and multidisciplinary education. So we take up three things, expectations from this UHV course. Universal human values course fills the crucial missing link of value education, and that crucial missing link is about the holistic worldview, not one-sided worldview, not the worldview based on competition, domination, and just sensual players or just money is everything kind of thing. It provides the base and details for a human knowledge system. It targets or endpoint, a criteria for evaluating a knowledge system, how to evaluate our own behavior, how to evaluate whatever new comes to us. So that this universal human values provides us that basis, a criteria for evaluating a knowledge system. It provides the guidelines for skill education, guidelines for nature-friendly and human-friendly technologies. The scope for that value-based education is very vast that we can go into details. I have limited time with me, but I'll just share with you regarding the scope is behavior for mutual fulfillment, teamwork, collaboration. Regarding science, technology, management for mutual prosperity. Any value, any skill education, it must have a target. This is whatever we are teaching in science, technology, and management. What is the purpose? The purpose is mutual prosperity, prosperity of mankind, prosperity of nature, both sides. The service industry, the seva work, which promotes harmony in family, in society, meaningful participation in the family, neighborhood, institution, workplace, community, etc., all the way to the nation and beyond the national boundaries also. So that's the kind of the whole gamut of this human values, which starts with value education, but it goes to value-based education and value-based living also. So this is the role of this whole UHV content into it. So with this word, I just conclude about regarding the background of universal human values. As Mohan Rao ji said that I should also answer some of the questions which are coming in chat box. I have not seen those questions, so I'll request that if you can put up those questions, I'm happy to answer them.
So thank you, sir, for such an exhaustive presentation, and more importantly, linking the presentations of Meenu Didi and Kavita Didi. I think it'll make a lot of motivation to lot many who are listening to you, sir. Sir, the questions have been all in praise of your presentation. But there are a couple of questions. Come and comment, but I'll take it as a question. Can you please permit, this is from Professor Seva Rangnekar, please permit family members to attend the 5-day workshop. And just following that, Dr. Francis Vaidya says, can the NGOs too also attend to disseminate the knowledge on a wider perspective? Over to you, sir.
Thank you. This is a very good suggestion. And in AICTE 5 days webinar, we always encourage participants to participate with families. And in many universities, like our Professor Charan, who is currently Vice Chancellor at Bikaner Technical University, they even share the login password, etc. also to the parents wherever they are interested to participate. I think similar facility can be given in Mumbai University also. And yes, NGOs are also invited to participate in, because when we go for having harmony at the society level, so we need all the forces which are working for the well-being of all. If they can be involved, that will be better. So I'm really happy to have these suggestions by both the persons.
Sure, sir. Wonderful. So thank you so much. Is there anybody, no raised hands, anybody wants to unmute himself or herself and ask a question? We have a couple of minutes. Dr. Rajneesh sir has cut his presentation down tremendously for questions, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right, sir?
Yeah. There is a question, Dr.
Yes.
Rao, from Archana, Dr. Archana.
Yeah. So what change can be made? It just came in now. What change can be made in the syllabus, and at what level to incorporate UHV in the curriculum? This is from Professor Archana.
Sir, from YouTube, may I put a similar question?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mukesh Goyal is asking about SIP for management colleges on YouTube.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
The first, at which level this course to be introduced? When I was Vice Chancellor at Punjab Technical University, we introduced it in the first year itself, a 1 semester course with 3 credits. All the students were, it was a mandatory course for all of them. Currently, AICTE in its model curriculum, they have introduced this 3 credit course in the 3rd or 4th semester. Now it is up to the Mumbai University Academic Council where it is to be introduced. My personal suggestion is that if possible, in all the courses in 1st or 2nd semester, if it can be introduced, it's fine. Otherwise, it must be introduced in 3rd or 4th semester. But in management courses, because it's a 2-year course, MBA is a 2-year course, so it should be introduced in 1st and 2nd semester.
Yes, sir.
But the decision is to be taken by concerned Board of Studies and Academic Council in the university.
Yeah. So there's a question from Sharmila Virkar. need for holistic perspective is essential. Is it not academic excellence to be included?
Yes, academic excellence is part of it. But today, academic excellence is taken as just the excellence in skill part. But excellence in all the three things regarding your holistic worldview, regarding your values in life, and then the skills to live as per those vision and values. Yeah. So excellence is required at all the three levels. Yeah. So you're right that academic excellence is part of it.
Also right. And one more question. We got a couple of minutes left, sir. Still, I'll venture one more question. Yeah. Are we planning to implement and make it mandatory for arts, commerce, science college affiliated to University of Mumbai?
Yes, in many universities they have taken up. Now this decision is to be taken by Mumbai University. So I am not in a position to answer this question. Only Honorable Vice Chancellor or Pro Vice Chancellor can answer this question when they will speak on their time.
Sure. Minuji, you had a question of YouTube. This is about SIP.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
Going, sir, wants to know about SIP for management courses.
Yes, we have in AICTE model curriculum, they have put 21 days mandatory student induction program in BTech program. But many of the institutions which are approved by AICTE, they have on their own started SIP in management institutions also. Now we have just concluded yesterday a 10 days online student induction program, which all the videos are available on YouTube. They are useful for all the courses. They are not specific for BTech or some specific course. That even the management courses or management students, teachers, institutions can use those values. It is available on AICTE SIP YouTube channel.
A very interesting question for you, sir, from Dr. Farakate. Is there any age of students to start UHV?
It's the age is from parenting itself. Even preschooling at home, it should start, and it should be part in school education also. Because we are involved in higher education and specifically in technical education. So we started this work in technical education, but we are interested that it should be introduced as early as possible in all the schools also. And we are making our efforts in that direction.
Right, so thank you. And one more question is there, sir. Value education is treated as a graded subject with least importance given to it by teachers and students alike. Can something be done to modify the status quo?
When we did in Punjab Technical University, it was a mandatory 3-credit course and there was examination at the end. The students were taking it seriously, and the main thing is the status quo can be when we do right kind of teacher training programs. As you saw in the feedback by Kavita ji and Menu ji, when teachers take it seriously, the students automatically start taking it seriously. So that's the only way out.
Yeah. Sure. So I think we have had enough questions for you, sir, and thank you so much for such a wonderful presentation and very invaluable input, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mohanad. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And we'll definitely go along with establishing UHV in University Mumbai colleges. Yeah.
Hi, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to have amongst us Dr. Ajit Singh, the Regional Officer of Western Region of AICTE. Dr. Ajit Singh will be briefing us on AICTE mandate and the guidelines on UHV. So, sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Unmute yourself. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, you're audible and you can see you also. Yeah.
Thank you, Rao, sir. Thank you very much. Adarniya Professor Suhas Pednekar ji, Vice Chancellor Mumbai University, Professor Rajni Arora ji, Chairman NCCIP, Dr. Raju Asthana ji, Dr. Rao ji, Dr. Kulkarni ji, Professor Vibha Surana ji, Dr. Jadhav ji, all deans, directors, principals, faculty members of Mumbai University and affiliated college, सभी को मेरा प्रणाम, नमस्कार। एक शिक्षक होने के नाते जब भी मुझे कभी विद्यार्थियों से विचार विमर्श करने का, उनसे इंटरेक्ट करने का मौका मिलता है, तो मुझे जानकर बड़ा ही दुख और अचरज होता है कि आजकल के छात्रों में केवल और केवल अधिक से अधिक धन अर्जित करने की होड़ और सुख साधनों को अर्जित करने की होड़ लगी रहती है, जिसकी वजह से वो एक तनावपूर्ण जीवन जीते हैं। और इसके लिए मैं मानता हूं कि कहीं ना कहीं हमारी शिक्षा प्रणाली भी जिम्मेवार है। हमारा शिक्षा प्रणाली का उद्देश्य केवल मशीनी मानव तैयार करना नहीं, जो कि समाज के लिए घातक है, जिनमें संवेदनाओं की कमी होती है। हमारा उद्देश्य है ऐसे छात्रों को, ऐसे समाज के मानवों को तैयार करना जो आपस में परस्पर सहयोग से, प्रेम से, सुख से रहे। तो इसी उद्देश्य के मध्य वर्ष 2018 में AICTE ने एक मॉडल करिकुलम लॉन्च किया, जिसमें जैसा कि आदरणीय अरोड़ा जी ने भी बताया कि हमने एक 3 वीक का स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम उसमें ऐड किया था। इस प्रोग्राम के तहत हर विद्यार्थी को, जो कि बीटेक के प्रथम वर्ष में एडमिशन लेकर अपने कॉलेज में छात्रावास में आता है, तो उसको पहले 3 सप्ताह एक स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम के तहत औपचारिक शिक्षा ना देकर एक अनौपचारिक रूप से उसको अब उसके समाज से, उसकी और प्रतिभाओं से अवगत कराया जाता है। अगर मैं इस स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम की बात करूं तो इसको 8 डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में विभाजित किया गया है। जैसे जिसमें पहला अगर हम बात करें तो उसके छात्र को उसकी फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट के लिए फिजिकल एक्टिविटीज का, क्योंकि आजकल अगर हम देखें हमारे घरों में भी बच्चे अगर क्रिकेट भी खेलते हैं तो मोबाइल पर, फुटबॉल भी खेलते हैं तो मोबाइल पर। तो कहीं ना कहीं हमारे जो स्कूली बच्चे हैं उनमें खेल कूद की कमी होना, जिससे कि उनका संपूर्ण शारीरिक विकास और उनका फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट में कमी पाई जाती है। तो इसी को मद्दे नजर रखते हुए हमने स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम में एक फिजिकल एक्टिविटी को एक उसका मैंडेटरी कंपोनेंट बनाया है, जिससे कि सुबह उठकर छात्र अपना ग्राउंड में जाएगा, खेल कूद करेगा, पीटी करेगा, एक्सरसाइज करेगा और उसका शारीरिक विकास उससे होगा। उसका एक दूसरा भाग है बच्चे की जो क्रिएटिविटी है, जो उसकी क्रिएटिव एक्टिविटी है, उस पर जोर डाला गया है, उसको नर्चर करने के लिए उस पर जोर डाला गया है। अगर बच्चा बहुत अच्छा एक म्यूजिक बजाने में या एक गाना गाने में या एक नाटक करने में सक्षम है, तो उसकी उस प्रतिभा को नर्चर करने के लिए भी हमने स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम में उस कंपोनेंट को ऐड किया है। तीसरा और मुख्य बिंदु इस स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम का है छात्रों में मानवीय मूल्यों का समावेश करना, उसमें यूनिवर्सल ह्यूमन वैल्यूज का समावेश करना। जैसे कि मैंने बताया कि छात्र जब प्रथम वर्ष में अपने एडमिशन के लिए आता है तो उसका पहला क्वेश्चन जो काउंसलिंग बोर्ड से होता है वो पूछता है कि इस कोर्स को करने के बाद बीटेक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, कंप्यूटर साइंस, मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग या जिस भी कोर्स में वो एडमिशन ले रहा है, उसे करने के बाद उसे कितना पैकेज मिलेगा, क्या वह बहुत बड़ा घर बना पाएगा, क्या वो बहुत बड़ी कार ले पाएगा। तो यह सब भौतिक सुख साधनों के चक्कर में वो अपना उसका मेन फोकस रहता है। उसमें जो मानवीय मूल्य हैं या उसके यूनिवर्सल ह्यूमन वैल्यूज की बात करें तो वो कहीं ना कहीं उसमें कमी है, जिससे कि वो तनावपूर्ण रहता है। तो तनाव रहित जीवन जीने के लिए, सेल्फ एक्सप्लोरेशन के लिए, सुखी सामाजिक जीवन का मंत्र देने के लिए उस छात्र को यूनिवर्सल ह्यूमन वैल्यूज की जानकारी होना जरूरी है, जिसके लिए हमारे आदरणीय अरोड़ा जी के नेतृत्व में जो हमारी टीम है वो बहुत ही अच्छा काम कर रही है। और इसमें मैं बहुत आपका आभारी हूँ कि आप दिन रात आपकी टीम काम करती है और हमारे पहले शिक्षकों को इसके लिए ट्रेन करना, जिससे कि आगे जाकर हम वो अपने स्टूडेंट्स में वो चीज डाल सके, यूनिवर्सल ह्यूमन वैल्यूज की। नेक्स्ट उसका जो कंपोनेंट है हमारी स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम का, वो है लिटरेरी एक्टिविटीज। अगर बच्चे को लिखने पढ़ने का शौक है, वो उसके अंदर कुछ अपने लिटरेचर को और अपने कुछ लेखन पाठ्य की अगर उसके अंदर वो है, तो उस गुण को उसको और नर्चर करने के लिए हमें उसको उस दिशा में उसको हम नर्चर करते हैं। देन अनदर पार्ट इज प्रोफिशिएंसी मॉड्यूल। अगर उसके अंदर सॉफ्ट स्किल्स की, उसके भाषा की, ग्रामीण परिवेश से बच्चा है, अगर उसके अंदर अंग्रेजी बोलने की झिझक है, तो उस झिझक को दूर करने के लिए उसमें प्रोफिशिएंसी मॉड्यूल का भी समावेश किया गया है। और बच्चों को मोटिवेट करने के लिए एमिनेंट लोगों का लेक्चर, एमिनेंट जो प्रोफेसर्स हैं या एमिनेंट एक फील्ड के जो सम्मानित व्यक्ति हैं, उनके लेक्चर करा के, जिससे कि वे मोटिवेटेड रहे और अपने विकास के लिए, समाज के विकास के लिए निरंतर प्रयास करें, उसका भी समावेश हमारे इस स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम में किया गया है। उसके साथ साथ जिस परिसर में वो पढ़ रहा है, जिस परिकल्प क्षेत्र में वो पढ़ रहा है, उस क्षेत्र के लोकल एरिया की जानकारी करने के लिए उसको वो कैसे वहाँ पर गांव है, कैसा वहाँ का कल्चर है, वो जानने के लिए वहाँ पर उसको विजिट भी कराया जाता है लोकल एरिया का। ये भी एक स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम का पार्ट है। और अंत में उसको उसके डिपार्टमेंट, उसके कोर्स से फेमिलराइज कराया जाता है इस 21 दिन के जो इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम है, जिससे कि वो जान पाए कि जिस कोर्स में उसने एडमिशन लिया है, जिस कोर्स को पढ़ेगा, उस कोर्स को करने के बाद वो समाज के किस काम आएगा, वो सामाजिक प्रगति में क्या योगदान दे सकता है, ये भी जानना उसके लिए जरूरी है। तो ये भी एक स्टूडेंट इंडक्शन प्रोग्राम का पार्ट है। अब आदरणीय अरोड़ा जी ने जैसे बताया कि हमारी जो नई राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति आई है, नई राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति का उद्देश्य हमारे जो स्किल्ड स्टूडेंट हैं, हमारे जो कौशल पूर्ण छात्र हैं, उनको उनके साथ साथ उनमें मानवीय मूल्यों और उनके अंदर वैल्यूज का भी इनकलकेट करने का उद्देश्य है। इसी उद्देश्य से हमारी नई शिक्षा नीति आई है और AICTE निरंतर इस क्षेत्र में, इस दिशा में काम करता रहेगा। मेरी सभी को प्रणाम, धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Dr. Ajit Singh Ji, for throwing light on the structure, the mandate, and the guidelines of the universal human values. We all agree, as we have heard Professor Dr. Rajneesh Arora and Dr. Ajit Singh Ji, that education is not a mere acquisition of knowledge and skills, but also inculcating values and our higher consciousness. In these unprecedented times, the emphasis on the value education becomes all the more necessary. And the University of Mumbai has embraced this idea as per the new education policy and initiated the Universal Human Values Cell. We would now like to invite Professor Suhas Pednekar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Mumbai, to express his thoughts on the roadmap for value education at the University of Mumbai. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning to everyone. Dr. Rajneesh Arora ji, Ajit Singh ji, Umesh Yadav, Dr. Harsurekar, my colleague, Dr. Kulkarni, Professor Vibha Surana, Smita Shukla, all my other colleagues from University of Mumbai, all the dignitaries from the AICTE, principals, teachers, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Today is I would say it's a great day in the history of University of Mumbai, when we are going to launch the Universal Human Value Cell, first time. And as Professor Rajneesh ji said very rightly, the first time when I attended this AICTE course, I realized this is what is missing in higher education system. In fact, I wouldn't be giving any talk or speech after Professor Rajneesh Arora ji and Ajit Singh ji, because they have covered the basic essence and the purpose of this cell and what we are expected to do. Institutionalizing value education. We all know education is ultimately nothing but the progressive discovery of our own ignorance. And the whole purpose of taking education, I always feel, number one is that education helps you discover yourself, self-exploration, who you are. And probably till the end of our life, we still are in the process of understanding ourselves. And that is the reason why we always say that we need to be student to do so. And here is the importance of value education that helps students to discover themselves. It is not the degree or degree certificates that those are going to help them in the outside world every time. So it is very essential that we need to take efforts as teachers, as academic administrators, Now, what is it that we help them develop their own personality and make them understand who they are? So that, I feel, is the very important purpose of education. And the second purpose definitely is whatever you are or whatever you achieve through education, you should be able to give back to society. You should be able to contribute in nation building. That is the real purpose of education. And in this regard, we all know when we talk about developing ourselves, there are three processes I think every human being has or goes through. One is thinking, second is feeling, and third is action. And what you think, how you feel, and every action you take is because of your beliefs and your values. And that is very, very essential. There are, of course, many aspects of human values. One can define it in different ways. But what is ultimately important when we are dealing with the young generation is to make them socially responsible. In this COVID-19 pandemic situation all over the world has taught us several lessons. And one of the lessons which I feel is important to understand is this is the first time what we realize, and that too globally, without any exception, is the importance of coexistence, importance of respecting everything around us, every entity in nature, not just human being, but every small, minor or minute entity around us. And that is so essential. And when you understand the importance of coexistence, the importance of working together in harmony and respecting each other, you need to imbibe certain human values there. And for me, some of the important human values, first, of course, the first and the foremost is health and energy. And we need to look at it very carefully. We have to take care of them. This is what, in fact, why many of us rather were locked down at homes for many months. And that's what we all have realized, the importance of health and the energy that is associated. I think you all know that every human being possesses 4 types of energies. The one is called physical energy. We take efforts to enhance that, and that is nothing but how well you can do your physical work. The second important energy is called that intellectual energy, and that is the reason why we go to school, colleges, universities to enhance that. But according to me, the third type of energy, which is many of us do not understand the importance of, and there is a long research which was carried out at Harvard University, which took more than 75 years. And the topic of the research was very, very simple. It was, what is it that makes human being more happy? Simple, it appears very simple, but it took 75 years, or it is still going on to some extent, I would say. And the answer, it was found after 75 years of research. The thing that makes human being more happy is the healthy and happy interpersonal relationship. It's so important to understand that. And that is the third type of energy that is associated with us. It's called as emotional energy, and how we deal with that. It is not the standard of your living that makes you happy. It is the standard of your life that makes you happy. And beyond any other need, the greatest longing of every individual is to give love and to be loved. And that is how we as educationists, or administrators, or teachers, we need to respect each other, respect everyone around us, And we must believe that now it is not the hierarchical leadership that works, but horizontal, empowering everyone around us, respecting them, understanding them. And that emotional energy makes a huge difference in lives. And the fourth, of course, is called that spiritual energy, which is nothing to do with how much time you spent in worshiping God, but the basic purpose of spiritual energy is that understanding your own existence on this planet. Why are you here? What is it you are expected to give back before you depart? And that is why I think someone said that every human being should celebrate 2 days every year or annually. One of them we do so, and that is our birthday. And the other day you should celebrate is the one when you realize why you're born. There are another important aspects of human values is gratitude and appreciation. There's no greater power on earth than gratitude. Kindness, compassion, integrity, peace, giving. We know that one makes living by what you give, but by what you get, but you can make lives by what you give. And more importantly, promoting the friendship and connection. Because ultimately in life, what we realize is we spend the whole life in just connecting the dots around us. And that is, all these values ultimately lead to what is called happiness in life. So when we realize this, then it becomes our responsibility as educational administrators to inculcate these among students, and that is the reason why University of Mumbai has taken lead to launch the Universal Human Value Cell formally today. And I'm very happy my colleague Professor Vibha Surana has taken that lead along with her colleagues to make the beginning. As you all know, that University of Mumbai is a very vast university, and we have more than 800 colleges, arts, science, commerce, engineering, all sorts of. And whatever that AICTE, under the leadership of Professor Rajneesh Arora ji, has taken this as a mission, we would like to take it forward also to colleges of arts, science, commerce, and other. And slowly we will see very soon that we would like to introduce these with certain credits so that the students will also understand the importance. Because unfortunately, so far our education has always remained or become exam oriented. We have to go beyond that. And as we all know that what remains with us is a real education after giving exam, after the exam is over. So all these aspects as the extension or rather very soon we are going to implement the national education policy meaningfully. So even the importance of universal human values will become an integral part of all these courses in University of Mumbai. And that is the whole purpose of why we are gathered, assembled today. And we'll be very happy along with the support from the AICTE. And as and when required, I'm sure Professor Rajneesh Arora ji will, and Ajit Singh ji, and even Yadav will help us in giving a proper shape to this mission and to this activity in University of Mumbai. So without taking too much of time now, ultimately what I like to say that what our Honorable Prime Minister is talking about, and that is how we need to contribute to strengthen the 5 pillars to make our country self-reliant, Atmanirbhar Bharat. And with that, I thank you, all the distinguished members from the AICTE, and the support they have been extending to University of Mumbai. I thank Professor Vibha Surana and her team to take it forward. It's a big mission, and I'm confident that those who attend these workshops will understand the importance and more. So thank you very much once again.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful thoughts on UHV and making it a mission within University of Mumbai. Thank you so much, sir. We have amongst us Dr. Dinesh D. Harsolekar, Director of IES Management College Research Center, who will brief us on the UHV activities at IES. So I can see you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Rao. Honorable Professor Suhas Pednekar, Vice Chancellor of University of Mumbai. Honorable Dr. Kulkarni, Pro Vice Chancellor of University of Mumbai. Dr. Rajnish Arora, Chairman NCCIP. Dr. Ajit Singh, Western Regional Officer of AICTE. Sri Rajul Asthana, Member NCC. Professor Vibha Surana, Professor Smita Shukla, Dr. Umesh Jadhav, and Professor Rao. Very good morning to all of you. I think all the distinguished speakers have explained us in detail about what is this program on universal human values, and tremendous insights we received today from all these dignitaries. So I don't think I need to talk anything about it. I'm too small when I look at all these dignitaries who spoke before me. My main mandate is to give you a very brief snapshot of what we are doing in our institute, that is IES Management College and Research Center. Before I start that, I think the entire teaching community should be grateful to AICTE for taking this fantastic initiative. By now, we have understood the importance of this, and through the efforts of AICTE, I am sure this course will begin in almost all the educational institutions engaged in higher education. The first time in the month of May, when we understood about this initiative of AICTE, we immediately decided to nominate our faculty members to attend this particular program. Dr. Rao and Dr. Meenu Mehta were the first in the group to attend from our college. And after that, many more attended the program. Total 15 faculty members from IES Management College so far have completed the 5-day program on UHV conducted by AICTE. And we have given a mandate that in remaining couple of 2-3 months, the remaining faculty members will also go through this program. Now, when I speak to these faculty members, what is that you learned out of this program? Because if our delegates could see our logo on the top left corner, it says value addition through education. Therefore, everything we do in IES, we try to see whether there is any value addition or not. So the same question I asked to all our faculty members after attending this program. Now, we have a paucity of time, so I cannot go in details of what all the faculty members have felt. But all of you have heard the representative, Dr. Meenu Mehta, in the beginning, and she has summarized beautifully what are the learnings out of all these programs for all the faculty members. So once again, I would like to thank AICTE for starting this program and giving opportunity to our own faculty members. Now, talking about activities about UHV in our own institute, we have included UHV in our PGDM curriculum as a 3-credit core course. I am emphasizing on core course because we know in a typical MBA curriculum, students go through certain core courses and certain elective courses. But in our institute, we have decided to make it a core course, and we follow trimester system. So there are 3 terms in a year, and this course is going to be taught in the 2nd trimester, which is going to begin today in the afternoon. And I'm sure, as far as management institutes concerned, IAS MCRC is among the first few management institutes where the course has been made an integral part of the curriculum, because earlier the focus was on engineering and technology institutions, but now even management institutes have started adopting it. And I'm proud to say that IES is one of those few institutes who have taken the initiative. We have also set up the UHV sale in our institute, and all the members who have gone through the program, they attend these meetings regularly. I am proud to say that our leader, Dr. Mohan Rao, has been appointed as a group member to organize and coordinate the UHV activities in the Western region. And under his leadership, all our faculty members attend the weekly meetings every Saturday and Sunday organized by Western Region chapter of NCC UHV. Since July 2020, Professor Rao and Professor Meenu, they have done a tremendous work with AICTE as far as UHV program is concerned. They have actively engaged in this program as volunteers for over 30 faculty development programs. And they have volunteered for ESIP, that is Online Student Induction Program, from 8 to 20th November 2020. Dr. Mohan Rao himself has trained many faculty volunteers to manage the help desk for the online FTPs. Our faculty members, Dr. Meenu Mehta, all of you heard her in the beginning, she was invited to conduct a few sessions for the staff, faculty members, and students in many colleges. And recently, yesterday only, I understood that one of the engineering colleges appointed her as a paper setter for UHV in their for their examination. So friends, I am really delighted to be a part of this particular seminar, and I was really happy to uh, share all the activities which we take up in IES as part of this program. Apart from AICTE, I sincerely thank University of Mumbai and Professor Pednekar for agreeing to launch this course in IES MCRC, which I said is going to begin from today. Students of IES will start attending lectures on UHV from today. And even on this front, it is not only that IES MCRC faculty members are going to deliver the program. AICTE has agreed that out of total 30 hours, 10 hours will be engaged by AICTE expert for the program for our students. So friends, I am really grateful to AICTE for initiating the program and supporting IES and giving us this opportunity to be a part of big movement. Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Harsolekar. We are very grateful to you for having shared your views about the UHV structure and activities at the IES Management College and Research Center. It's now time to proceed to the main event of today's seminar. To launch the Universal Human Values Cell at the University of Mumbai, may we request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Suhas Pednekar, to officially declare the UHV cell open. Dr. Pednekar.
Yes, it is my extreme privilege to launch the Universal Human Values Cell at the University of Mumbai. Thank you so much.
Very nice. Very nice.
Let us also take this opportunity to launch the Universal Human Values UHV2 core course as introduced by Dr. Harsolekar at IES MCRC. Professor Pednekar, may we request you to do the honors here too?
Yes, sure. Once again, I'm very happy to declare the commencement of the Universal Human Values, that is UHV2, as a core course at the IES Management College and Research Center. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your for inaugurating commencing our course and launching the UHV cell. Thank you so much, Honorable Vice Chancellor.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir, and for doing the honors. We are delighted to have amongst us Mr. Rajul Asthana, the member NCCIP of AICTE amongst us today. As you all must be aware, he is a pioneer of universal human values. It is he who initiated this several years back. And he will today talk about UHP implementation guidelines and more importantly about the role of the director and the principal. At the end of the sir's talk, Raju sir's talk, participants may ask questions. We request participants to put their question in the chat box they did earlier, and we will, depending on time, we will take the questions. Over to you, Raju sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Rao. And it's a pleasure to be with all of you. Professor Suhas Pednekar, Professor Kulkarni, Professor Dinesh. Very nice presentations. Before I start, I just want to mention that what is this UHV thing about a little bit. And a question to all of you, are you doing this because AICTE is asking you to do this? Because your Vice Chancellor is asking you to do this? Or because you think it is the right thing to do? So you reflect on that. I keep asking teachers, are you a teacher by chance or by choice? So it is a question for all of you. If you look at everything in nature, they have, some definiteness about themselves, about itself. So a rock behaves or has a conduct like a rock. A neem tree has the conduct like a neem tree. So there is something intrinsic about its conduct. The only character that is having this indefiniteness about the conduct is this human being. So what Professor Pednekar was talking about, this health and energy, is very beautifully put, that human being also has some definiteness about itself, about its purpose, some humanness, मानवता जो है वो अपने अंदर छुपी हुई है. So one has to discover that, discover what we call our natural state or natural characteristic, or in Hindi it is swabhav. And UHV is nothing but a journey to discover yourself, to discover your swabhav. So there are many misconceptions about whether this can be done or it cannot be done, whether it is possible or it's some just difficult to do. So can human values be taught? Can we discover our innate nature? Can we discover that? That is one major question. In our experience, yes, but each of us has to experience it to sort of decide what it really is. We have made a lot of effort in this direction. It's not the first time. I was looking at the chat. A lot of mention of this committee that was set up, Sai Prantpeji's committee, and so on. So many efforts have been made in Maharashtra and elsewhere in the country, as well as the whole world. The actions or the efforts have been mostly to do with discipline, instructions, doing, action. It's externally externally enforced kind of efforts have been made. Then also efforts have been made at the level of thinking and feeling, through morals, through beliefs. But the effort that we are talking about, or we are trying to make at this point in time, has to do with understanding. It has to do with something reaching to your inner self, what Kulkarni ji talked about, the diamond that is hidden inside. So it is about discovering that through our own efforts of understanding. And that is what this value education is about. So that is one important thing. It's certainly not too late, although we have accumulated lots of issues, and we are starting, at the higher education level, because that's where it is possible, it seems, to start, because we can make some of our decisions ourselves and go with those decisions. So that is important. Okay, I'll now come to what I really wanted to talk about. So it is well recognized that the need of the hour is holistic value-based education, and it has these three components: the value education part, the case studies of human thought, human culture, and value guided skills. So skill development is very important. And for us, these three can be done with these three components: the value education component through universal human values, the human thought and human culture component through the Indian knowledge system, which includes the local, regional, national, and international case studies, but focused on Indian knowledge system. And then this nature friendly and human friendly skills and their practice. Practice is very important in whatever we do, whether it is management or whether it is any technology or anything. This part is very important, the practice part. Today we are doing a lot of book work, but practice part is not very much in the focus. So practice part is very important. This inputs on universal human values can begin with these well-tested courses. So before the classes start, you can start the UHV 1 portion, which is basically designed in 15 sessions in your induction program. So before your first year classes start, you can do that. And the second year or earlier, if possible, you can do this UHV 2 course, which is also part of AICTE's model curriculum. So you can do that. And then you can have further inputs in the third year and the fourth year, that is UHV 3 and UHV 4. And then go ahead with this. Since this is a management college that we are talking about, I would certainly like to mention that you can have, this MBA, which is focused on human-friendly and planet-friendly kind of management. So PG diploma in universal human values can be at the base, and then you can have, at least a stream of management courses which are in that area, social management area, which more and more, there's a whole lot of effort by Harvard Business School to do rethinking the MBA. So you can be a pioneer in that with the inputs of the values part. So that is something that you can think about. As far as the induction program is concerned, as Ajit ji rightly mentioned, he mentioned it in a lot of detail. So I'll just mention it in these three parts. One is the values input. The second is the input of the Indian knowledge system. Most of the activities are based on that. And then the third one is the catching up skills, the bridge course kind of thing, and connecting the new entrant to the department and the branch and all that. So I won't go into the student induction program part. But one important thing of it is to become comfortable with the surroundings and with the people who are there, and with the purpose with which these people are there, and what difference that is going to make to themselves, to their family, to the society, and so on. So that connection, that that relationship has to be sort of established. The universal human values part of it is for these four basic objectives: to to develop this holistic perspective of life, not just about the job, but more importantly about all the aspects of living. And then to sensitize the student about their scope of life living. A lot of people who attend the program say that, like in this ESIP that completed yesterday, many people were saying that we started now thinking about our neighbors, our city and nature and so on. So they anyway want to contribute to that, but our education system is a little bit constrained on that. We are doing only a smaller part of it, so that can grow. Multidisciplinary education should take care of all that, all those aspects of living. So instead of this preparation just for job, the education system can be a preparation for life, and in which the job is a part. It's not a separate thing, but it is a part of that. Family is a part of it. Society is a part of it, like that. Then strengthening their capacity of self-reflection. This is very important, that we tend to believe things which somebody else says, but we don't have confidence in ourselves. That is a question that I asked you, very first question. Are you doing this because of somebody saying it to you, or because of the policy? Yes, sir, this is the policy, so I always thought about it, kind of thing. Or is it something coming from deep within you that this is the right thing to do? So that self-reflection, strengthening of that will be able to help to answer that question, those kind of questions. What is the right thing to do, or what is my true nature, or what is my purpose? On the book that we have, there is a man who is thinking about what is my role in existence. So you have to think all the way to that. But we can start with this self-reflection about ourselves. And then to develop this confidence and commitment that if I understand something, if I know something to be right, then I am committed to living like that. Whether the other person is or not, that is not the question. So many students, when they come into the college, they start using abusive language in a week or 10 days or something, because they feel that everybody else is using, the senior students are using, so it's a good thing to do. It relates us to each other. So a lot of changes take place because that confidence is not there, and that education must develop that confidence. So that's a glimpse of that UHV, purpose of this UHV, want to sort of introduce them to these points. After the induction program, the college must have a student mentorship program. So one faculty for 20 students is a good thing to do. And every mentor should be prepared through this 8-day workshop or 5-day online workshop at least. Mentors must be from every department. This is very important. It should not be the sort of responsibility of some XYZ department to do value education and the rest of the departments do whatever they're doing. So that is one thing to start after the induction program. The second thing is, if possible, to start a student buddy program. That is one senior student for every 5 junior students, so that they can be like their sibling, their older sibling, to take care of these students. So I've seen efforts where colleges have gone from ragging to red carpet because they have been working on it for many years, all these things. And in fact, it is very natural for, in our country at least, we have the concept of Atithi. Atithi is a guest. We don't know even the date of their arrival, the time of their arrival, but we welcome them. That is our culture. But we have started dragging. We have started dominating. So this is something that can change, because that's in our natural state. We do want to relate, we do want to welcome. So that is, you can do that with the student buddy program. And then you can have this UHV2, which I'm very happy to hear. And I love that, that screen opening and all that. That was lovely. Nice. You have done that. And then ultimately, every college must aspire to become a living model of living in relationship as a big family and a well-organized set of systems. And the new education policy articulates that in terms of equitable and just society. So every college, if it is a real model or living model, it can be an example for the society. Otherwise, it is, not yet that example. It may be an example of the present, whatever the state of society is. And use your creativity to, um, uh, fit it into the thing. So you can use this GP marks for rewarding some senior students and so on. So you can do that. And then UHV2 course, I'm glad to hear that you have put it as a credit course and as a core course in management. You must be congratulated for doing that. I think that's really wonderful. So the objectives, I won't go into this. You can go through this. There's a whole lot of teaching material that is available. We have been working on it for many years now, more than 15 years. And there is a syllabus, a teacher's manual, a textbook, and all of this material we are providing it in soft copy format. So immediately after this, we will share the link where this material is there. You are welcome to take the teacher's manual as well as the textbook in the soft copy form. If you want to get a hard copy, you can certainly get that for your library, few copies if you want. But we'll send you this material. All the presentations, the video of the lectures, all that is there. And I was very happy to hear that you already started the weekly meeting in your college. And you'll find that weekly meeting is a place where things really happen. So it's been very useful to have weekly meeting. There's a website. There are all these faculty development programs and so on. So all that material is there. So in summary, I would say that all these things that I've talked about, I put them, that you at a university level, you have a UHV cell. At a college level, you also have a UHV cell, and start preparing your faculty mentors. So you have to expose a large number of teachers so that at least 1 in 20 you are able to prepare. I mean, 1:20. That means for every 20 students, you prepare one faculty mentor through this 5-day online or 3-day offline program. Then you prepare faculty for teaching UHV1. So 1 in 60 faculty, 1:60 in the ratio of 1 faculty member for 60 students. So you prepare, those faculty members. And similarly for teaching UHV2, as we go from UHV1 to UHV2 and so on, it becomes more and more in depth. So more and more preparation is required. And if you just compare the preparation for teaching anything, physics or mathematics or whatever, we take, 15, 20 years. And here we are saying at least invest some time, 3 days, 8 days, like that. So that is a very sort of initial beginning, but certainly whatever faculty members can be spared, they must, go through all these programs. And then what we have already talked about, the student buddy and so on. So that is what a college can be doing. When you go to identify faculty, here are some guidelines. You can copy the screen, and I won't go into a whole lot of this, but it's very important to pick the right kind of people who have the, existing inclinations for this. They are teachers by choice. So pick teachers by choice. Teachers who are teaching by choice rather than by chance. And lastly, I would say that for directors, principals, heads of families, you must get a first-hand view of the proposals yourself, and if possible, with your family. If you do that, then it will make all the difference. If you don't do that, it will be outsourcing it to somebody. So parenting will get outsourced. So that's not something that would be very nice. So my last point here is to uh, get a first-hand view about this whole initiative and all that. So that's from my side. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for a very matter-of-fact presentation. Thank you so much, Raju Bhai. There's a very interesting question by Dr. Faragade.
Yes.
Are we going to make evaluation of inculcation of values among students by means of formal examination? What will be the nature of evaluation?
That's a very good question. See, after all, if we understand something, it has to be part of our living. It cannot be just, in my memory. So, for example, you don't have to remember that when you're thirsty, you have to drink water and not, do something else. So it is as simple as that. Now, in the present education system, we don't have a whole lot of, uh, experience in validating things. So, for example, we bring in our students that they will, with the promise of a job, but we are able to give job to some 10, 15%, 20% students. So our mechanisms for evaluation are very rudimentary, I would say. If we say somebody has got 98% marks in some XYZ subject, what does it mean? So it doesn't, mean a whole lot. We have all these graduate attributes, but we don't evaluate on any of those graduate attributes and report them in the transcript. So it's a big question, to how to go about it. But it is very important to evolve a mechanism, and the mechanism that we have been able to evolve so far in the present constraints of the education system are, number one, to get an idea about their grasp of the proposals. So have they heard the proposals? That is one thing that we can do. And that is certainly not enough. Second thing we do is, have they been able to apply it, connect it to their life? Have they been able to internalize them and connect it to their living? So those are questions that can be asked. And third thing is, are they then able to take what they have understood and applied in their life and share with others and make a positive difference in their life? So if a student is saying that, I have been able to mug up this whole textbook or whatever, that is first sort of, you can say, sort of an achievement. At least they have been able to remember something. But then if they are able to say that I've understood what, the two feedbacks that we got from Meenu Mehta ji and Kavita ji, they are expressing something that they have been able to internalize something. So this thing that they have been able to differentiate between intention and competence, they have been able to internalize something, and that can be the second part of the evaluation. And then the third part can be, can they make a difference? So if they have become a more peaceful family, if they have become a more comprehensive team, more a well connected team, they are able to do the teamwork better. So those kind of observations are there. So this is one part. And the other part is, you try to do a 360 evaluation. If you can, you do a 360 evaluation on specific parameters. So for example, one parameter could be that Dr. Meenu Mehta, in the last 6 months, how many times was she angry at a XYZ student? So you can count those things, so you can certainly do, so you can count the positive outcomes or the negative ones. So many colleges have done that, they are able to do at an aggregate level, for example, that disciplinary cases have reduced or something, so they can take some kind of metrics on those kind of positives as well as negatives, and do the evaluation. But evaluation is going to be some, ongoing kind of thing. So use your creativity. But you have a fairly good and strong background of that, and we can start with that, the experience of other colleges and whatever has been done so far in many universities. There are more than 40 universities that have tried it out over the last 15 years or so. So you
Sure,
have
sir.
all that background is there.
One more related question is there from Mr. Professor Krishna Iyer.
Yes.
The first test of success of inculcation of UHV would be to have an exam without any proctoring.
The first
Hope we
test
reach
is,
that point.
I would say the first test of UHV is, do you feel more peaceful inside yourself?
Right.
And in fact, for evaluation also, what I say is, I have to moderate the expectations from the students with my own experience. So if I have been able to make certain amount of progress through 40, 50 years of education and life and so on, right? I should have that expectation that I can, depending on my, capability as a teacher, as a parent, as a guide, how much of it can I transfer to the student? So my metric is 10%, let's say 10%. So if you have been able to control, for example, you deal with your anger, let's say, okay, or greed, let's say, and it took 10 years for that, then the student will take 100 years.
Right.
If it has taken, so it has to be moderated. You can't have, very all these kind of expectations. It has to be moderated with reality, with where we are today. We have, a planet where we have increased the carbon dioxide content to 416 or 20 or something ppm, when the normal is 250. So we have to have real expectations. We can't have that to 420 come down to 250 tomorrow, just because we are running some course or something, or we have put some, nice this catalytic converter in our exhaust system in the car. It will not come down like that. So it has to be moderated by our real experience, our commitment as teachers, as an education system. It should be very much realistic. Otherwise, we are just doing, we have done so many things. We have put all this outcome based, this and that, all that we have done. Where is the outcome? So we have to be very real about all these things.
Meenu Didi, are there any questions on YouTube?
Sir, there is appreciation from Harish Kumar Purohit, sir. And
let's get to the questions.
Now, sir, one interesting question is there. Sir, people are afraid to implement UHV, thinking their students will become saints, and parents will blame system that they guided him to this path. How to convince them? And that's probably the closing question in terms of our time also.
Yeah. So it's a very good question, and this comes up very often. It's fine. The best remedy for that is have the parent attend the 5-day program. And now you can do it at home, or you can watch the video or something. You do that. When the child has written on his motorcycle, this child has written, "My father is my ATM." Okay. Now, what is that communicating? There's another child who has on his door, no idiots beyond this door, something like that. So in his own house, he has put this kind of poster. He's sort of communicating something to his parent, to his father or mother or whoever is there, right? From that, if the change happens, that boy takes down that poster, or this particular boy I talked about who had this motorcycle with this, my father is my ATM. He is telling that in 3 months, his father is a farmer, that we are lying down in the farm, looking up in the sky to the stars and talking to each other, which we have never done in our life before. I never felt close enough to my father, and vice versa. That change has happened. That is enough to convince the parent that it's okay. He's going to become a
Sure, sir.
better child, better son, and so on. So it's
Sure.
so if they do something, they'll find out. And otherwise, we have so much of misinformation and sort of doubts. We have become so cynical.
Yeah.
So there's no sort of shortcut to that. So I'd like to close here. I would like to congratulate the University of Mumbai, the Vice Chancellor of that university. You have taken a very important and significant historical step. So you have to be congratulated. And your college, this particular college, even though it is a management college, uh, it's going to be very hard for you to do this, but you have taken this decision and come so far. It's something that you must be congratulated. And I would like to wish you all the very best. Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
sir.
much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sri Rajul Asthana ji. You not only shared the guidelines with us, but you, as I see from the chat, as some of the participants think, you have become a force, a guiding force for us. Your guidance, you have guided us. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for this enriching presentation. I'm sure we all have a long way to go, but we can make a start. As
Yeah,
we come to a
the thanks are something that can be done by action. So what action you have done is much greater thanks for me
yes,
and
and
for the
I'm sure it will,
parents and for everybody. So that's very, very encouraging. Thank you very
yes,
much.
and I'm sure this is not the last time, but having an active UHV cell at the University of Mumbai, you will be with us for many years to come too. Right, so as we come to a close, may I request my colleague, Professor Smita Shukla, Director, IQAC, University of Mumbai, to conclude the session with her remarks and a formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Meher Bhoot, and good afternoon to all. UNESCO, in its report published in the year 2001, which was titled Learning the Way of Peace, A Teacher's Guide to Peace Education, had raised certain questions. And these questions were, are we giving adequate attention to teach peace? Are our schools and colleges really interested in producing a peaceful young generation? And the report also made a remark. Those who want war prepare the young for war, but those who want peace have neglected training the young for peace. The new education policy 2020 focuses on this by putting emphasis on attainment of right knowledge, the skills, values, and competencies. The policy emphasizes on the pursuit of knowledge, jnana, wisdom, pragya, and truth, satya, as being considered in Indian thought and policy as the highest human goal. Professor Ravindra Kulkarni today very rightly pointed out, right education is manifestation of perfection, which is already present in man, which is in fact what Vivekanand said years ago. Right education can assist in polishing the hidden human values. Right education and teaching of human values and constitutional values assist in bringing in peace, equality, respect for plurality, and affection for all. Right education helps the students in self-exploration and reaching their full potential. It also helps in breaking barriers which we otherwise maintain between teachers and students. Dr. Rajneesh ji very nicely presented it by saying that on basis of education of universal human values, we can look at developing of world vision, holistic worldviews, human values, which are contributing to growth and development of all, creation of equitable and just society, and all this is possible in case we impart right universal human values through universal human value education. Professor Suhas Pednekar, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, beautifully shared that what we think, what we feel, and what actions we take are defined by our human values. And he very beautifully again stated that what makes us happy are certain energies which we hold. First one is health energy, that is our physical fitness, the right frame of body and mind. Second is intellectual energy, which comes from academics, learning, teaching process. Healthy and happy interpersonal relationships, that is our emotional energy. And understanding that it is not the standard of living, but the standard of life which is important. And last but not the least, and I think most important one, the spiritual energy, that is understanding that why we are here on this earth. All these help in bringing in harmony. Living with animal consciousness makes us believe that money, power, physical comfort, carnal pleasures make us happy. However, do they really make us happy? And in case that is where happiness lies, why is it momentary? Living with human consciousness and exploration of universal human values help us in understanding that we can distinguish between ourself and the physical component, that is body. Understanding of universal human values help us in understanding the needs of self and the needs of body, which are carnal, and self needs, which are much, much greater and higher than that. Understanding that there is a need for continuous happiness, and this continuous happiness cannot be reached by pursuance of physical needs. We need to see that physical facilities, nurturing, protection, right utilization of the body, etc., these have only limited happiness component. And then possibly we will be able to understand the importance of universal human values. The universal human values bring in harmony in human being, harmony in family, harmony in society, understanding that human relationships are relationships between self and the other self, and there are certain important feelings in this relationship, the feelings of truth, love, compassion, gratitude, and appreciation. And these are such feelings that fulfillment and evaluation of them leads to mutual happiness and harmony of all and nature. So I hope that on behalf of University of Mumbai, Universal Human Values Cell, and IQAC University of Mumbai, the program which we have organized has been meaningful to you. On behalf of Dr. Vibha Surana, Coordinator, Universal Human Values Cell, University of Mumbai, and IQAC University of Mumbai, I thank Professor Suhas Pednekar, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Mumbai, for sharing the roadmap for value education at University of Mumbai, and for launching the Universal Human Values Cell at University of Mumbai, and also the Universal Human Values 2 core course at IES MCRC. I thank Professor Ravindra Kulkarni, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, University of Mumbai, for the inaugural speech and thoughts expressed on institutionalization of universal human values and Universal Human Values Cell as per new education policy. I thank Dr. Rajneesh Arora, Chairman NCCIP of AICTE, on sharing his views on the role of UHV in holistic and multidisciplinary education in the light of new education policy. I thank Dr. Ajit Singh, Regional Officer, Western Region, AICTE, for sharing the AICTE mandate and guidelines on UHV. I thank Sri Raju Lasthana, member NCC IP AICTE, for sharing the UHV implementation guidelines and the role of heads of educational institutions in it. I thank Dr. Dinesh Dihasolekar, Director IES MCRC Mumbai, for sharing about UHV activities that IES Management College and Research Center has been organizing in the recent months. I thank Dr. Meenu Mehta, Faculty IES MCRC Mumbai, and Ms. Kavita Pandey, Placement Officer at LPH Dinesh Modi Institute for Financial and Management Studies, University of Mumbai, for sharing their self-reflection on Universal Human Values, FDP. I thank Dr. Meher Booth, my colleague and faculty at Department of German, University of Mumbai, and Dr. Mohan B. Rao, faculty IES MCRC, for comparing today's program. My thank also goes to Director UCC, Dr. Shri Vara Mangai, University of Mumbai, and Mr. Rohit Chaubey, again from UCC, for extending their technical support in organizing and managing this program. I thank Ms. Nishika Pradhan from Department of German for extending her help in organizing this seminar. And last but not the least, I'd like to thank Shri Umesh Jadavji, member NCC IP Western Region, for playing an important catalytic role in organizing this seminar. On behalf of UHV Cell and IQAC University of Mumbai, I thank all deans, chairmen and members of various Board of Studies, University of Mumbai, heads and directors of university departments, institutions and colleges, faculty members, students and other participants. I hope that thoughts and guidelines shared today will be useful to all the participants in institutionalization of value education as per new education policy. Thank you all. Thank you once again.
Thank you. So we are done. Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, Raju Bhai. Thank you so much.
We'll keep in touch.
Yes, sir.
Take care and bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste sabhi ko.
Thank you, Viva Madam. Thank you, Smita Madam.
Thank you
so
to
much.
all of you.
Thank you, Ajit sir. Ajit sir, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you to IES MCRC team and all my colleagues at University of Mumbai. Thank you so much. Dr. Vibha Surana, Dr. Meher Booth, Kavita Pandey.
So have a nice day. Thank you all. Smita Madam, Viva Madam, have a nice day.
I am ending this meeting.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.